Good morning, students. This is Mr. Sa here with you again. In this video, we'll be doing a little bit more about input and output machines, but we'll be using variables to describe the patterns. So when we have a question like this, first thing what we'll be doing is, first thing is first, let's see the output and let's fill in these blanks here. So if you take a look at the output, if you take a look at the outputs here, 5 is being added every time. Means 5 is being added to the previous output. So the next output, so we have 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 5, 13, 13 plus 5, 18, 18 plus 5, 23, and the next output would be 23 plus 5 would give us 28, 28 plus 5 is 33, 33 plus 5 is 38, and 38 plus 5 is 43. So we have filled in up the blanks now. What we will be doing next is we'll be seeing what is the correlation with the input and the output machines for all of these. So there's something happening. So since we know that the output is being added by 5 every time, that means what happens with the input is it is getting multiplied by 5. So take a look at it. Step number 1, we will see what is happening to the output. Step number 2, since it is adding with 5, that means that it is getting multiplied with the input. So we know that it is getting multiplied with the input. 5 is getting multiplied with the input. So input multiplied by 5. But here if you take a look at this, 5 multiplied by 1 obviously gives us 5, which is not 3. So what should we do with 5 in order to give us 3? We should subtract it by 2, because 5 times 1 is 5 and we have to get the output 3. So 5 minus 2 will give us 3. So in other words, it is multiplying by 5 and then we are subtracting 2. Let's take a look at this. Maybe 3 multiplied by 5 gives us 15. 15 minus 2 gives us 13. 4 multiplied by 5 is 20. 20 minus 2 is 18. Now we will be describing it with a variable. Let us say we want to find for the nth term. We don't know what this term is, but we want to find for the nth term. What we have to do, so what did we do here? Let's say for input 7, we took 7 multiplied by 5 and subtracted it by 2. If we have 8, 8 minus 5 minus 2. If we have 9, we have 9 multiplied by 5 minus 2. If we have 10, we will have 10 multiplied by 5 minus 2. If we have n, it is still the same. We have n multiplied by 5 minus 2. And there we go. We have described this input and output table using a variable. In other words, we can also write this more neatly, in other words, if you could say. So n times 5, we can write it as 5n minus 2. Now let us do one more question. Let us go to the second question. Same what we do here. Let us fill the tables. So what is happening here? Again, if you take a look at this, the output table is getting added by 5. 5 is getting added. Every time 5 is getting added. So what will the next output be? 29 plus 5 would give us 34. 34 plus 5 would give us 39. Now we got here input to 7. Let us fill it up with 8 and 9. 8 is here and 9 is here, which is next to 7. So 39 plus 5 would give us 44. 44 plus 5 would give us 49. So we have filled up the output table. Same from last time, what is happening? If this is 5, that means it is getting multiplied with the input. So we know it is something input and multiplied by 5. And we take a look at the first one. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5 and obviously not 9. What should we do with 5 to get 9? We should add 4 with it. So what do we have? We have multiplied by 5 and then plus 4. Let's take a look at this maybe. 9 sorry guys, let's take a look. Sorry, just came back, something fell down. Anyway, so let's take a look at this. Input is 1. 1 multiplied by 5 gives us 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. 25 plus 4 is 29. So this works. So let us say, what if we have to do for nth term? Again, what did we do here? We multiplied the input by 5 and then added 4. Same here, so we'll multiply the input by 5 and then we will add 4 with it. In other words, we can also write this as 5n plus 4. Alright guys, I have one more question here. Let's do the last question for today. Okay, step number 1. Again, we will see what is happening to the output. Take a look at this. The output 6 is getting added to. 6 is getting added to. So the next one, 28 plus 6 is 34. Let us fill out the input. We have 6, 7, 8. Next, let's fill out the output. 34 plus 6, 40. 40 plus 6, 46. 46 plus 6, 52. So again, if this is added by 6, it is getting multiplied with the input. So input multiplied by 6. If you take a look at this one, 0. 6 multiplied by 0 is 0. And what should we add with 0 in order to get 4? We should add 4. So in other words, it is multiplied by 6 and plus 4. Again, take a look at this. 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. 24 plus 4 gives us 28. 6 multiplied by 6 is 36. 36 plus 4 is 40. Now let's calculate if it is for nth term. Again, what did we do to the output? We multiplied it by 6 and added with 4. What will we do here again? We'll multiply it by 6 and add 4. In other words, you can also write this as 6n plus 4. Okay guys, that will all be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it. Alright, see you next time. Have a nice day.